Hey everyone, and we are live for the first time on my personal profile. I hope you all had a lovely Monday. We are exactly 1/3 of the way through the year. 4 months have passed. These are some trends that we've noticed in 2023. We're fortunate enough to pick up on trends really early. We're currently working in 41 accounts, so we have a lot of data, a lot of ad spend, talking to a lot of owners, and we can spot things really early. These are the 5 trends that we've noticed. As always, let me share it into my Facebook group, Fitness Business Growth, a group for gym owners, by gym owners, and then we can crack on in. Alrighty. Give me one moment, and then we're going to be off and away. In that group, sales script, ad copy, everything you need to be a successful gym owner. So we are now live, and this free training is on 5 trends in 2023 and what we have noticed. So we're going to start with number 1. Number 1 is sad, it's unfortunate, but cancellations are up. We're experiencing more cancellations than ever before in our own facilities, but also all of our client facilities. Now, in the entire year of 2022, our churn percentage for Breakthrough Active was 3.89%, which is super good. Typically, gyms are around that 5 to 6% mark. Even for us this year, we're in the mid 5% mark. Our clients are letting us know the majority of days that, hey, I'm getting more cancellations than regular. What is going on? Let me explain this. The last 3 years have been really abnormal. We're going to start with the pandemic. So in 2022, in March, we were locked down. In June, we came out. Typically, the middle of June for gyms is terrible. However, there was so much excitement around the gyms because it was just taken away. So we didn't experience winter in June 2020. Now that carried over to the following year in the winter 2021, because as 2020 progressed, we were just losing masks. In Australia, we were locked down in August 2021. We were locked down for 9 weeks. We came out of it. Takes us to October 2021. The excitement for gyms was still there. If you take something away, people want it more. People often forget that early 2022, January, February, and March, we were still wearing masks. Omicron was around. March 2022, masks were gone. Once again, the excitement for gyms, the excitement for being out in public without masks is still there. It got us through this winter. Now, as getting through that winter, something's happened. And it's the I word. It is inflation. So me personally, I own a mortgage. I have a house in Newcastle, New South Wales. I have a mortgage. My mortgage has gone up $1,100 a month over the last $1,200. So $1,100 a month. For gym owners that are charging $50, $60, $70 a week, if your membership ranges between $200 and $300 a month, combine that with the mortgage, something has to give. And typically, unfortunately for us, it is fitness. The majority of objections that we're getting and our clients are getting are logistical, financial objections. And we're having members that are cancelled that are really upset, really sad about it, really down about it, to the point where typically if you get a cancellation, you never hear from them again and they want to leave. But we've had members that have paid today, for example, they paid 2 weeks ahead. They've used the gym for the next 2 weeks because they love it so much, but they simply couldn't afford it. Now, when we're experiencing more cancellations due to inflation, due to winter, there is only one thing that we need to do, which is to continue to market, to continue to sell, and to continue to stay positive. And what Mitch and I have done is once we have a member cancel, we replace them. In 2023, we're charging $66 for 12 months, $75 for 6 months. Some of our OG members were paying $40, $45, $50. So they leave, and we have a higher priced member replacement. So it does work in the end. Now, number 2 is less gyms are advertising than ever before. So once again, in Newcastle, New South Wales, I click on every gym's ad, I go through the lead forms. So Facebook knows, show Jamie lots of gym ads. In Newcastle, there's probably maybe 2 to 3 gyms that are consistently advertising. A year ago, 10, 2 years ago, 20. You could not scroll on my Facebook without seeing a gym ad every 3 posts. Now, the reason why gyms aren't advertising much is because of number 1, unfortunate. Cancellations, less revenue, less profit. We begin to be more scarce in regards to how we spend our money. quite often the first thing to go is the ad spend, because it's not a bill that we have to pay. We have to pay our trainers, we have to pay our rent, but we don't have to pay our ad spend. Now, this is actually good news for the gym owners that are still advertising. Number one, the CPM is down. So CPM stands for cost per impression. How much does it cost to reach 1,000 people? Now, the more people that are advertising, gyms and local businesses, the cost to reach 1,000 people continues to increase. At the moment, it's never been lower because less people are advertising. So it's cheaper to reach 1,000 people. So we can literally get our ad in front of 1,000 people cheaper today than what we could in 2019, 2020, and 2021. In conjunction with that, if less gyms are advertising, before when my mum was sitting on the couch scrolling through Facebook, she'd be pattern interrupted with 10 different gym ads. Now it's just Breakthrough Active Adamstown and Breakthrough Active Cardiff over and over again. So combining that CPMs are now lower, combining that less gyms are advertising, there is less people that are pattern interrupting, we're getting a really good cost per lead on the majority of our accounts due to those two factors. Number three, text banners in Facebook ads are absolutely crushing. They've been crushing now for about 6 months. And the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid. We've got this one black and yellow text banner, this one black and pink text banner. We use black and pink for girls, black and yellow for men, and it's working on every single offer. It's working on every single age group. And me and Mitch are always testing new things. We're testing carousels, we're testing group images, we're testing pictures of people holding weight plates for weight loss. We're doing group images, we're doing 2 ladies giving a hug. We test everything. And the point is, we cannot beat those text banners. And it actually drives us insane. It's like, why are these working so well? And quite often when gym owners, they'll run an ad, they'll get tons of success on it, and then they'll change it and they'll stop getting results and they'll say, well, Jamie, why aren't we getting results anymore? I'm like, well, why did you change it in the first point? So we have KPIs for all of our ads. So particularly our Cardiff and Adamstown gym, we want to keep the cost per lead less than around that $15 mark. The banners are getting leads for like $8. So until that cost per lead goes over 15, you don't need to actually change it. One of our wonderful clients in Canada, an F45, we're doing a fit over 50 ad for them with this pink and black text banner. It's crushing. Like, we've been running it for probably a month now. We're still getting 6 or 7 leads every single day. And the question was, well, Jamie, like, when are we going to change it? I'm like, there's no need to change it. Like, let's just ride this wave out until we stop getting results and then we move on. So once again, if something is working, do not change it. We've run a very similar funnel for years now. Click learn more, name, phone number, email. On the thank you page, wait, there's one more step. Book in a call. They book in a call, go to a thank you page. Our software, FB360, automates that follow-up, automates that nurture, and then Mitch or I will typically close them over the phone. It's worked for years. Now, since then, we've also tried conversion campaigns. We've tried send message campaigns. We tried a video view campaign retargeting, cold audience, lead generation, lead form, text banner, calling out exactly who it is. I'm looking for 8 women over the age of 50 in the Cardiff area that want to start training. Just like that. Now, in saying that, text banners have been working for 6 months, and I do think they're going to continue to work for a while, but at some point they will stop working. And what we've started testing just very recently are videos in the TikTok Reel story size. And we're also getting results of them too. So we can't definitively say that they are amazing yet, but for us in our gym, the last month for our Cardiff gym, we had 100 leads off a video ad. And I can hypothesize why I think they're working. If everyone's doing text banner ads, and yes, they're still effective, and occasionally see this big, beautiful video, it will pattern interrupt again. So things like ads work for a certain period of time, everyone catches on, and then we change them. But far too often, gym owners, the shiny new object, we change too early. Number 4, sales matters. I interviewed Brooke on Friday. I'll say that again, sales matters. In a tough economic time, there are less laydowns than ever before. Now, typically it's a golden rule of thumb where 20% of prospects always buy, 20% of prospects will never buy. So a good salesperson, it's their job to close the other 60% in the middle. in tough economic times, what we do see is that 20% that are always ready to buy probably goes down to 10. Now, if there's less laydowns ever before, there are less people that want to hand over their credit card. You need to do a good job on the sales call in regards to finding out their current situation, finding out what are their problems, finding out what they've done before, uncovering a really great why. What is the impact if you achieve your goal? What is the impact if you don't? Pitch them succinctly, trial close them, and then sell them into your membership. Now, this all goes back to number one, which is there are more cancellations ever before due to it's a tough economic time for the first time in our lifetime. This is actually crazy, but boutique gyms like ours, gyms like yours, have only ever existed in the world's greatest economy. It's the first time that gyms charging 50, 60, 70 a week for group training have gone through a downturn. So it is less likely that people are going to pay if they're not going to pay if they're not going value, and more importantly, less people are going to jump on a call with you if you don't do a good job and hand over their credit card number. You can have the best ads, the best automations, the best call confirmation. If you do not sell, if you don't have those sales skills, your business will stop there. There's only one person that makes money appear. That is a salesperson. You have to be a killer salesperson. And if you thought you were a good salesperson 5 years ago when group training were booming and all of a sudden you can't close anyone, number one, very different time. People have done it. It's no longer novel, but more importantly, tough economic times demand an excellent salesperson. Number 5, this is a big one. So owners that have an online presence, owners that are getting online clients are doing really well at the moment. There are a few reasons for this. Number one, it's so obvious, but if we have a local gym in Cardiff and Adamstown and we work with women over the age of 50, we are really, really, really great at working with them, getting them an awesome result. There is a finite number of people in that area. If we can expand the radius to all of the Hunter, to all of New South Wales, to all of Australia, we're going to get more leads, get more bookings, and get more members. Now, the other thing too is the margins for online training is absolutely ridiculous. If you deliver the program through a series of automations, check-in forms, surveys, booking a call for accountability, the only cost associated is a cost per acquisition. So let's say you spend $100 to acquire a client, you do a 26-week program for $2,600, the $2,500, maybe it costs you, say, $10 to $15 a week to fulfill that client. You're making $2,000 profit per client. And more often than not, if you have a team of trainers, the trainers can actually take care of fulfillment. The same way they'd onboard a new client in a 28-day or 6-week program. So gym owners with online presence are doing really well. Gym owners with online clients are doing really well for 50 different reasons, but the main reason is you can expand outside your local audience and get really, really cheap leads. And the margins are stupidly high compared to into a gym. One of the problems that me and Mitch face is our marketing is so good, our sales is so good, that we fill up our gyms pretty quickly. And for example, our 6 a.m. class for 6 years has been full. So if a woman over the age of 50 opts into our program in Newcastle, but they can't come to any other session with a 6 a.m. and we can't fit them in, we've got nothing to do with them. So having an online program is really great. A great way to pitch it is we were always skeptical about going online, which is the absolute fucking truth. Throughout COVID, we were forced to deliver our service online. We found out that we got our clients an amazing result because they could work out at a time that suits them. The workout can be tailored to them, and we can have a really big focus on nutrition and accountability. So since going through COVID and getting clients awesome results, we thought we might make this an ongoing service, a part of our gyms. Now, you're not going to be that smooth, but that's okay. You can get there if you work on number 4, which is to become an excellent salesperson. So the trends, guys, cancellations are up. That shouldn't be a surprise based off inflation, based off that we are going into winter. Counter that with more marketing, more sales. Number 2, less gym owners advertising. That's a really, 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 really good thing. Me and Mitch will scoop up every single lead and every member in Newcastle if we have to, because other gyms aren't advertising. Number 3, tech spenders are doing really well. Do not change it unless it's broke. Have a KPI around your cost per lead, your cost per booking, your cost per acquisition. If that's all in order, keep it the same. Keep that fresh, creative, those videos for another time. And don't try things because you want to or you think it will work. I have these amazing funnels, these amazing ideas, these amazing videos, and I get my ass kicked by that tech spender every single time. Number 4, sales matters. Shouldn't be a surprise. Go back to Friday and watch our podcast with Brooke Triplett, the greatest fitness closer in Australia. She's closing like $3,000 programs in 30 minutes or less. You need to be capable of selling a $300 program for 28 days in 20 minutes or less, and everyone can learn that skill. Number 5, 2023, everyone should have an online component to their business. Guys, lovely chatting as always. I hope you're well. Have a nice night.